Yo, what is up, everybody? It's Peace-I. Welcome to another video. So for today, we're going to be going over some combos with the Kashtira Punk Tearlaments Synchron deck profile that you guys saw the other day. And yeah, shout outs to my subscriber Dale. Yeah, he requested some combo test hands, so I will deliver. So let's get this shuffled up for you guys. And then we'll see what we got for our first test hand. All right. Jet Synchron, Scareclaw Kashtira, Emergency Teleport, Tearlaments Sharon, and Tearlaments Rhinoheart. All right. So, since we don't really have access to our Kashtira engine, we're going to try to get into it with our Emergency Teleport before we do anything else. So we're going to activate that. That's going to go ahead and bring out our Xiamen. Xiamen, we're going to pay 600, and we're going to add from our deck to our hand the No Punk Foxy Tune. Next, we're going to activate No Punk Foxy Tune effect. If it resolves, we're going to send Jet Synchron to our graveyard to special summon out No Punk Deer Note. So graveyard is just E-Telly, No Punk, Foxy Tune, and then the Jet Synchron. That's a little off camera. There we go. All right, so from here, you've got your level 3 tuner and your level 5 non-tuner. So we're going to conduct a Synchro Summon. Here, we're going to make Cyframe Loader Omega. Now, you're going to trigger your Deer Note effect to special summon your Foxy Tune. Normally, you would want to bring back Xiamen and then make Baron de Fleur with one of your Kashtira monsters, but this is the line where you didn't open up the Kashtira combo. So we're going to overlay these two for the Zombie Vampire. Next up, we're going to go ahead and detach the Cyframe Loader Omega for its awesome graveyard effect. And then we're going to go ahead and mill 4 cards. So will our opponent. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we will now special summon a monster from their graveyard or the ones that we milled. So we're going to actually special summon the Fusion Parasite. The idea is to mill either a Fenrir or a Unicorn, but I guess that was just too much to ask. So Fusion Parasite's effect will trigger since it was special summoned from the special summon period. So we're going to activate that to Fusion Summon, using itself to mimic something else. So I think our best option here is the Grapha. So we're going to fuse these two and make Grapha. So we've got our first negate set up. Next up, we have it normal summoned. We could just normal summon Rhinoheart and fuse again. But what I want to do here is actually... yeah, honestly, I think that's the best method here. But I do also want to mill. Let's see what we got in here. A whole lot of nothing. All right. Well, we're going to do the RNG play. I don't think Scareclaw Kashtira is going to come up, so we're going to actually Tearlaments Sharon right now. Sending the Kashtira Scareclaw to mill 3 more cards. 1, 2, 3. All right, so we ended up getting a Tearlaments Kashtira, a Trivi Karma, and a Fusion Parasite. So on resolution, we're going to trigger Tearlaments Kashtira to mill 2 more cards. 1 and 2. Nothing good there. So, did we mill all of our planets? Nope. We still got 1 left. We could activate Trivi Karma to search a planet. And I think that's what we're going to do. That's going to search Planet Pellerino. Then we're going to go ahead and activate the planet to search I think our best bet here is going to be the Tearlaments Kashtira. We're going to go ahead and normal summon Rhino Heart and activate the effect. Sending the Halfness. We're going to trigger Halfness effect to Fusion Summon. We're going to fuse the Halfness with a copy of our Fusion Parasite. This will go ahead and make Tearlaments Rule Kalos. Let's not play into Anima. Then what we can do is actually pretty cool. We're going to link off these two for the Cross Sheep. And we're going to go ahead and activate Tearlaments Kashtira. So that's going to special summon itself. And we're going to banish a Tearlaments or Scareclaw card, or a Kashtira card from our graveyard. We're going to go ahead and banish Tearlaments Kashtira. We're going to activate Chainlink 1 effective Cross Sheep to Reborn. Chainlink 2 effective Tearlaments Kashtira to mill 3. So we're going to mill 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go ahead and trigger the effective Cross Sheep to Reborn. So we did mill a Rise Heart, which we can special summon back. Because I don't have a level 3 tuner to make. Oh, yeah, I do have No Punk Xiamen. All right, so we've got a choice here. We can summon back Xiamen and make Baron de Fleur, or we can summon out Rise Heart, banish the Theosis from deck to make it a level 7, banish the top 3 cards from our opponent's deck, and add back the Tearlaments Kashtira. So if we go the Baron de Fleur line, our Grapha won't be live. But if we go the... Yeah, I think, yeah, so we're actually going to go the Shangri-Ira line. So we're going to actually summon that Rise Heart, and you guys will see why shortly. Next, we're going to use Rise Heart's effect to banish from our deck the copy of Theosis. So they'll banish the top 3 cards of their deck face down. Theosis will trigger on a new chain, adding back our Tearlaments Kashtira to our hand. Then we're going to overlay, outside of the Cross Sheep zone, a copy of Shangri-Ira. Now, during our opponent's turn, during standby phase, and we are protected from Nibiru with Tearlaments Rule Kalos, and I always had a card in hand with Grapha before they had an opportunity to, while I didn't have Rule Kalos on the field. So once Rule Kalos went on the field, I didn't have any cards in hand, but Rule Kalos would have protected from Nibiru. So from this point, during standby phase, you're going to activate Shangri-Ira to special summon from your deck. We're going to special summon Kashtira Fenrir. Okay, I miscalculated the zones. Cross Sheep will trigger here, which allows you to special summon back a monster. So in this instance, we'd probably go Rhino Heart, but I don't think there's anything good to fuse into. Although we do have a Fusion Parasite that can allow us to fusion into something else. But essentially, this is going to be your end board. You're probably not going to trigger the Cross Sheep there because there'd be no benefit to putting that on the field there. But at some point during your opponent's turn, if they activate something that you must negate, you can go ahead and activate Grapha, which sends your Tear Cache to graveyard. Then Tear Cache will mill 2 cards since it was sent off of the a card effect. So then you would mill your Halfness, and then you haven't triggered Halfness this turn, so you would go and you'd fuse Halfness and your Fusion Parasite to make the Millennium Eyes Restrict, which is another layer of disruption. And then you'd start your turn with a bunch of monsters. If they out some of your monsters, then Shangri-Ira can trigger during standby phase to special summon a Tear Cache from your graveyard, mill 3 more cards, or a Unicorn to start your combo. Well, you milled the 1 Unicorn, but you could summon the Fenrir. So that's the first test hand. All right, wow, that took 10 minutes. All right, let's do a second test hand a little bit faster. That hand kind of sucked, if I'm being honest. We play a very large cash engine in this Kashtira deck, and we didn't see any monsters at all, which doesn't happen too much. But as you saw, we were still able to play, partially because there is a luck factor in this. But when you're milling most of your deck, you will see good plays. All right, next test hand. Let's see what we got. Unicorn, Halfness, Fenrir, Birth, and Sharon. So this hand's interesting. We're going to start off by special summoning Unicorn. We're going to activate the effect to get the Theosis to our hand. There you are. Now, it's a shame that we don't have access to the, what's it called? The level 3 tuner package. So what we're going to do, since we can't play around Nib, we're going to actually try to access a negate before we get into our plays. So we want to make sure that by our 4th summon, we have opportunity to activate Sharon. So I think here we're going to actually have to Birth and then waste our normal summon on Fenrir. Then Fenrir can get the Rise Heart out of our deck, which prevents us from milling it. And we're on 2 summons. So we're going to go ahead and get the Rise Heart out so that guarantees our Kashtira combo later on, because we have the Birth Reborn if we do get nibbed or something crazy like that while we're comboing. So from here, we're going to actually activate Sharon, and we're going to send the Halfness to graveyard. We're going to mill 3 cards, one being Fusion Parasite, Tearlaments Kashtira, and Tearlaments Rhinoheart. Now, we only have one option to fuse here. Because the Fusion Parasite is basically the only way we fuse in this deck now. So we're not going to trigger the Rhinoheart and get rid of our Sharon. We are going to chain block the Halfness, though, with the Tearlaments Kashtira. So chain link 1 is Halfness, and then chain link 2 is Tearlaments Kashtira. So we're going to mill 2 more cards. So another Tearlaments Kashtira and a 1-for-1. And then we're going to resolve Halfness. We're going to fuse the Fusion Parasite and the Halfness. So you can either go to Rule Cowls here, or you can go Grapha. I think we're going to go Grapha because we're always going to have a card. Oh, this is on the field. We're always going to have a card in hand here. Maybe it's Rule Cowls. Let me read Rule Cowls because I do plan on summoning a Rise Heart. You can negate the activation, and if you do destroy it, then send a Tearlaments card from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard. Okay, so that's part of the effect. So it'll just banish itself if we don't have access to another Tearlaments card. So we're going to summon Rule Cowls here, actually, to play around that nib, because I can't guarantee that we're going to have a card in hand for Grapha. So you just kind of have to, like, figure out what you're going to do in situations like that. So from here, we don't play Big Bang, guys, so we're not going to get to do all that fun, jazzy stuff. But at least we have our negate, so we can do full Kashtira combo uninterrupted. So we're going to go ahead and lock ourselves into Xyz monsters by activating the effect of Rise Heart special summon to our field. You can go ahead and overlay these 2 for your copy of Shangri-Ira. Then you can go ahead and activate Rise Heart's effect, banishing from your deck. You can go ahead and do the Scareclaw Kashtira. No, you probably want the Tearlaments Kashtira. So your opponent's going to banish 3 cards to the top of their deck, and then you're going to go ahead and banish, or you're going to lock one of their zones. Then you can go ahead and overlay this for your copy of a Rise Heart. Then you can go ahead and activate Theosis, targeting your Rise Heart to special summon from your deck. This can summon a copy of Kashtira Fenrir. Then the Theosis will be banished by a Rise Heart's effect, continuous effect. So Chainlink 1, mandatory effect of a Rise Heart to attach from banished. And then Chainlink 2 is Theosis targeting the Tearlaments Kashtira that we banished earlier. So we get to add this back to our hand, and we haven't summoned it yet. And then we get to attach Theosis. So from here, we already have the Fenrir on field, so we don't necessarily need to use Shangri-Ira's effect to special summon from deck during the next turn. We also have Birth effect to special summon the Tearlaments Kashtira. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to Birth right now, special summon the Tearlaments Kashtira. And then by this point, you should know what your opponent's on. Oh, wait, no, we banished their cards face down, so you don't know what they're on. It's kind of risky to mill your opponent's deck under a Rise Heart because if they're playing Flouanderies, that gives them the ability to chain block stuff, and then you're just dealing with Flouanderies, and you just have your Rule Kalos here that's not going to do anything in the matchup. But we do really want to get the third material on the Rise Heart, so we're actually going to activate the effect of Tearlaments Kashtira to mill our own deck. So we're going to banish the top 3 cards of our deck. So Merly's gone for now. Itali, and Fusion Parasite. So at least now we do get to trigger the effect of a Rise Heart. We're going to go ahead and attach that merely to the Rise Heart so we can get that back into graveyard if they do out our Rise Heart. And the end board is the Tearlaments Kashtira in hand for follow-up, and a twice protected Shangri-Ira, and a Rise Heart with its banish, a Fenrir. One of their zones is already locked. Birth, if they do out this or negate it somehow, then our Birth will be live because they'll start accruing cards in their graveyard to banish those. And then Tearlaments Rule Kalos, which can either banish the Tearlaments Kashtira or the Tearlaments Sharon from our field, or the one in our hand, in order to negate a special summon. So another really strong board with a decent hand. But yeah, I really want to show you guys a hand with the either Revolution Engine or Punk Engine. And we play 3 Itali and the 3 Tuning and the 2 Revolution Synchron. So I'm very surprised that in 2 hands we haven't seen that yet. But we're at 17 minutes. You know what? We're going to do another one. That combo was a little bit faster than the first one. Sometimes you got to think a little bit, but this is just to show you examples of what's going on. So let's see what type of hand we get with this one. Merrily, Fenrir, Sulliek, Kelbeck, and Unicorn. Once again, no freaking package. So, but we might be able to get into it. Let's see how it goes. Special summon Unicorn. Unicorn effect. We're always grabbing Birth here. We don't want to lock ourselves into XEs so early. It's a shame, though, because we have 2 normal summons in our hand, the Merrily and the Fenrir. So, yeah, if Merrily doesn't mill well, then we just literally have to pass. So what you're going to do here is actually do regular Kashtira combo, which is really boring. Normal summon Fenrir. Yeah, so you're just going to end on a Rise Heart and Shangri-Ira. And then the cool thing is you get to set Sulliek, and during standby phase, you can choose to summon the Tearlaments Kashtira from your deck so that your Sulliek is live. And then also Kelbeck is a hand trap if your opponent sends a card from their hand to the graveyard. You can special summon this and then bounce one of their special summoned monsters. So I'm not going to bore you guys with that combo. That's just literally standard Kashtira combo. So one more hand. Let's see what we get. Unicorn, Fenrir, Scareclaw, Fusion Parasite, and Fenrir. Wow. Again, nothing. Okay. Dang. That is just so unfortunate. So this is also standard Kashtira combo. There is a heavy Kashtira package in this deck. So you're going to search the Birth and normal summon. If the Unicorn gets stopped here, you're just going to banish one of your Fenrirs, special summon Scareclaw Kashtira, and end on a Shangri-Ira. Kashtira is the best deck for a reason. So, I mean, it's not bad when you, oh, no, I only get to do Kashtira combo. So, it's kind of like whatever. But for the sake of the video, I just want to show you guys something different. Because this is such a cool deck, I want to show you all the other cool stuff about it. So, there's the Deer Note, the Foxy Tune, Birth, Rise Heart, and Tearlaments Kashtira. So, this hand is a thinking hand. You're definitely going to have to figure out what to do here. So since you opened up the Foxy Tune and the Deer Note, this can special summon itself, but you don't have access to your level 3 tuner. So it's kind of a moot point at that point. But we did open up Rise Heart and Tearlaments Kashtira. So what we can do before we start anything is we can activate Kashtira, Tearlaments, banish the Rise Heart, special summon it, activate effect to mill 3. So we're going to mill Sulliek, Planet, and Kashtira Unicorn. So from there, we're going to trigger our Sulliek to search out the, probably Shiren here. Because we already used Tearlaments Kashtira. Yeah, probably Shiren if we want to mill some more. But now that we've got Birth in our hand, we can actually special summon the Unicorn from our graveyard or the Rise Heart from our Banish Zone. But I think Unicorn's going to be slightly better here. So we're going to go ahead and Birth. Birth effect, special summon Unicorn. Unicorn effect to search. That'll get us the Theosis. So we have the opportunity to special summon from our deck. Ooh, I'm a goober. I forgot that Xiamen is a level 3 tuner. We're actually going to go ahead and activate Foxy Tune here to special summon from our deck. We're going to send... actually, honestly, I don't think we're going to need Deer Note anymore. We're going to summon that Xiamen. We play a very small package, so there's no more targets. But if we do get access to one of our shufflers, you can literally put the entire Punk package back into your deck. Because it's just the 3 cards. And if you draw one of your other emergency teleports, you can do the entire thing all over again because we play more than one level 8 Synchro. So from here, we're going to go ahead and Synchro up into the Baron de Fleur. And now the rest of our plays are protected. We are going to lock ourselves into XYZ monsters, though. We're going to go ahead and target Tearlaments Kashtira. That's going to summon the Fenrir. We're going to go ahead and Fenrir, grab Scareclaw Kashtira. Honestly, no. We're going to grab Tearlaments Kashtira. No. We're going to grab Scareclaw Kashtira. Because we've already summoned Tearlaments Kashtira. So from here, we're going to activate to banish our Theosis to special summon itself. The Theosis is going to immediately grab back the Rise Heart from our banished zone. And now with that, we can go ahead and leave the Fenrir on board. We're going to go ahead and overlay for the Shang here. We're going to activate a Rise Heart, special summon it. We can activate the effect to gain the levels and then banish cards from our opponent's deck face down. We're going to get rid of a copy of Fenrir here. So we're going to lock one of their zones. And now since Shangri-Ira triggered its effect this turn, we can go ahead and slap in a Rise Heart on top of here. And then during your opponent's turn, you can special summon a Tearlaments Kashtira. And then banish either cards from your opponent's deck or your deck. And then you can attach the Theosis off of that. Actually, before you end your turn, here's a really cool thing that you can do with Baron and your Shangri-Ira. You can go ahead and activate Baron to destroy Shangri-Ira. That will detach one of the materials to protect it. And then you can already have the attach effect trigger. And then once your Tearlaments Kashtira mills 3 cards from your deck to your Banish Zone, you can go ahead and attach another card to your Arise Heart, so your Arise Heart's on. And you end up having this board and then Sharon as your follow-up. Birth by itself is already insane follow-up. All right, we're at 24 minutes. hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry I couldn't show you anything with the... Actually, you know what? Screw that. We're going to show you what Unicorn plus E-Telly does. Or did you guys want to see the Revolution Synchron package with the Visas Aritama? I don't know. Special effect, get out, birth. This is kind of standard Punk Kashtira plays. Where's birth? I play 2 of them. There it is. E-Telly to get the Xiamen. Xiamen effect, add back Foxy Tune. Foxy Tune, send a card from your hand to the graveyard to summon Deer Note. You make Omega here. And that's your 4th summon. You can try to snipe their Nibiru before you resolve your Deer Note engrave to special summon back Xiamen. But you summon that. Then you make the Baron de Fleur. And now the rest of your plays are protected. And you've got your birth to reborn your Unicorn. And then continue playing off of that. So that was just one of the more standard ones. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.